Number of questions are also fixed. Types of questions are also fixed. Arithmetic, algebra, CR, RC. Data sufficiency. You'll get at least 7 questions. So 7 plus. Uh, Two-part analysis, which is 3 plus. Tables and graphs, which is 4 plus. And finally, multi-source, which is nothing but a case study. You can expect 3 to 6 questions from it. Most likely 3. Sometimes if you're born with bad luck, maybe 6. Okay. Because multi-source case study type question takes a lot of time and sometimes the accuracy is also not very good. Now, how does the scoring work? So in September, the person who made the GMAT Focus Edition was in India, and we were all invited for a session with him so that we can understand how exactly does GMAT score, what is the penalty for a wrong question, how does it work? Okay. So first of all, so first of all, in every section, for first 6 to 7 questions, algo is not very active. For first 7 questions in every section, in quant, in verbal, in DI. This is a myth, but this is true. Algo is not very, very, very active. That means you do understand that GMAT is a computer adaptive test, right? This all of you know, class. And what does a
Yes.
computer adaptive test type mean? A
It's going to give
computer
you questions
adaptive test.
according to your ability.
Yes. Rather than saying ability, it's about how you answered the previous question. So you get questions depending on how you have answered the previous question. That is a more accurate way to say it out loud. How does a computer adaptive test work? So what happens in a computer adaptive test? Let's say I compare it to an Indian aptitude test, let's say CAT. So what happens in CAT is the amount of marks you can earn from every question is same, and penalty for getting any question wrong is also same. But in a computer adaptive test, the score appreciation you can get from one question varies, and the penalty you get for a question wrong also varies very heavily. That totally depends on your level. So if you are getting tested at a 750 level, if you get a 600 question, you will be very heavily penalized if you get that wrong. If you get that right, nothing will happen. Your score will only improve if you get like a 760 or a 770 question correct. If you are at 750, according to the algo. So first 6 7 questions, algo is not very active. That means if you're making some errors initially, that does not drastically change the question set that you will be asked. That only starts to happen after question number 7, once the algorithm has tested you on enough question. But if you have gotten an easy question wrong in the first 6 7, the penalty will be there. But the idea is that it will not drastically change the upcoming questions. Like this has happened with a lot of students that they said, "Oh, I did not feel that GMAT was challenging at all," and then they got 495 or 505, which is a less than 50 percentile score. The whole idea is that the algorithm didn't feel like testing them at a higher level. They thought this is their level. I will only give them very easy questions. I want them to answer very easy question and I'll assign them a level of 40 percentile. This also happens a lot, that you don't even feel like, oh, I got so many questions correct, but why is my score so low? It's because you got a lot of easy questions incorrect. And because of that, the algorithm didn't feel like testing you on a higher level. So, see, he didn't officially agree to it. I asked them a lot, but I personally believe that this is true. You cannot afford to get any easy question wrong. What is wrong with me? I wrote the spelling of wrong. So the thing is, you can't afford to get any easy question wrong. You can't. Now, this is something he did not outrightly say it, but the idea is that the algo is trained in a way that if you are not able to answer conceptual question of any topic, like if let's talk about RC. RC has two type of questions. We will get into detail of all of this, but I want you all to know what you are getting into. Okay, that this is how it's tested, so that you know, so that you're in that mindset. You get two kind of questions: stated idea and inferred idea. So stated idea obviously is something that is stated in the passage. Where do you think you'll be penalized more, class? On a stated idea question or an inferred idea question?
Stated.
Stated idea, right? Because it's straight away mentioned. GMAT expects you to read the RC properly and find that answer. So the difficulty level of this question, so difficulty is measured from -2 to +2, by the way. They have a scale from -2 to +2 for difficulty level of a question. And 0 according to them is baseline, which is the 50th percentile score. So if your average is 0, that means you get 50th percentile, which is 535. Okay. If your average is above that, then you get a higher score, higher score, higher score. +2 means 805. -2 means 205. So then they have -2, -1.9, -1.8, -1.7, -1.6, and so on. Yes, I'm writing everything on the board. Okay. So obviously a stated idea question will be rated at a -1, and this will be rated at like plus 0.8. So getting this wrong will penalize you more than getting this right. Everyone is able to see the board, right, class? And whatever I'm writing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see.
Yes, we can
Perfect.
see.
Okay. So that was point number two. And what does it translate to? It translates to that you need to know or have a strong theory base of every topic. Right? Because I don't know from which topic they will ask the easy question, but they will ask the easy question. It really does not matter at what level you are. Okay. A 805 score does not mean that you will only get +2 questions. There is law of averages, because if they only ask you +2 question, then you won't be able to finish the exam in 45 minutes, because +2 question need 3 minutes to solve. And 20 questions of that you need 60 minutes, not 45 minutes. So for every exam, you will get easy questions. It's all about the mix. Okay. So no strong theory base of every topic is the most important thing to learn from point number two. Point number three. Point number three is you cannot skip any question. So if you don't know by now, you are scored on a scale of 90 for each section. Let's say you were getting 85 in verbal till question number 21, and you did not mark 22 and 23. You know what GMAT will do? It will give you a penalty of 1 point, approximately 1.5. The formula varies, but approximately 1.5 points per question. So your final score of verbal will look like 85 minus 3, which is 82. It is possible that you, even if you got both the questions wrong, you will get something higher than this. So the idea is that skipping a question has a higher penalty than marking a question incorrect in most of the cases, except for very easy questions. But in the end, it's very tough for you to get those very easy questions. So the idea is that whenever you are on a time crunch, let's say you have less than 1 minute left, you go and mark all the questions. You cannot leave any question at all. As you can see, the penalty is very high. If you're not able to understand, 1.5 can be a 5 to 10 percentile drop in your score. Not 5 to 10, like 2 to 10, but the lower the score, the higher the percentile drop. So it can be a 2 to 10 percentile drop on your score just because of getting one question incorrect. Oh, one question not marking. That's it. So you cannot skip any question. And finally, number 4, which is something that everyone should know, number of incorrect questions is no longer a very reliable source. Now, why do I say this? Let me take two example of students that we have trained. Let's call them P and Q for the sake of confidentiality. P got 19 on 21 correct in quant, and her score was 87 on 90, which is a 98 percentile. Q got 19 on 21 in quant, but he scored 79 on 90, which is a 70 percentile. Can you see? Can you find any difference in terms of how many incorrect questions they have done? And can anyone unmute and tell me how can this happen? How can this happen? Anyone? Like, don't you see this is like a huge difference? Like, not even normal level of difference. Yes, it has to do with degree of difficulty. So the point is that the two question that Q got wrong was probably minus 1.5 and let's say minus 1.4. So Q got very easy questions incorrect. And because of that, the algorithm didn't challenge it to very hard questions. So the percentile that you will get is only 70. I don't remember the exact percentile for 79, but the score was 79. Okay. So the idea is that getting easy question incorrect can really affect your percentile. And this person probably got like a plus zero point 0.5 question or a plus 1.5 question incorrect. That's it. This is the difference. The two incorrect questions. If it's very difficult, you will barely be penalized. If it's very easy, the whole algorithm will go for a toss. The thought process behind this is something because I asked the cross question that how is this fair? Their idea was two. Number one, if you're getting very easy questions incorrect, the algo will not ask you tough enough questions to reach a better percentile. And number two, what GMAT expects is for you to know basics of every topic. Because if you're getting minus 1.5 or a minus 1.4 question incorrect, that means you don't even know the basics of that topic, which according to them is not fair. Then you're not a sincere candidate. Had you been a sincere candidate, you will never get easy to moderate question incorrect. Okay. Is there any question on scoring criteria at all? Because I know that a lot of you are very confused. No, not everyone is able to clarify how does the scoring work, how do I assess it, and everything. These are the four important points that you need to know about scoring. Does anyone have any question at all whatsoever to me as to how the scoring works, how GMAT works, anything that you want to ask before I proceed, class? Yes or no?
None for now.
Is everything clear?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Does anyone think that this is like slightly unfair? Sorry? At least I think it's slightly unfair. So, while preparing, what do I need to learn? See, there is only one way, short way of scoring good in GMAT, and that is accuracy focused. No, oh, I almost got the answer. Almost is not right. Almost still means you haven't gotten it correct. It's okay to take some time. I'm not saying that, it's not progress. It is progress, but I don't want you to feel like, oh, getting a question almost correct is actually correct. No. Okay. Second, we need to minimize room for silly mistake. Because if you think about it, most of the easy question that you will get wrong is not because you don't know the theory. It is because you'll make a silly mistake in that question. Okay. So you really need to minimize room for silly mistake in the exam, because silly mistake can dearly cost you. As you can see, same number of questions correct, uh, league apart percentile. Okay, just for perspective, this percentile is calculated over last 5 years. So that's approximately 9 lakh aspirants. Okay, so among 9 lakh aspirant, a 98 percentile means 18,000 rank. Just to give you perspective, because sometimes with percentile we don't get that perspective. So a 98 percentile mean 18,000 rank. So you did better than 8 lakh 82,000 people, and you are at 18,000th rank. A 70 percentile score means 2 lakh 70,000 rank. Both of them have attempted the same amount of question. See the difference in their rank. Okay, now you might understand the gravity of why I feel, oh, wow, this algo is really something interesting. Can you see now? It's a huge difference, man. Like 2,70,000 and 18,000 is like a huge difference in terms of, a rank on the same number of questions, that too. 19 on 21 and 19 on 21. So you cannot afford to make silly mistakes. And that's what I have to minimize room for silly mistakes. Third, I have to be conceptually very strong. See, I do not believe in tricks, tips, gimmicks. I am one trainer who does not care about these tricks, tips, and gimmicks. Because if these tricks, tips, and gimmicks actually work, then people who know about this will score good in GMAT. But does that happen? Is there one, shortcut that you truly feel that there is this one shortcut that if you know, you have a huge competitive edge over everyone else? If anyone feels that, let me break the bubble for you. No, there's nothing like that. It's just marketing. It's just pure marketing used by test prep organizations. They come up with their own way of solving things. and they gave it a very fancy name so that you get fascinated. Oh wow, this is crazy. Let's just follow this. And trust me, it does not work. No trick, no tip, no gimmick works. It's pure conceptual understanding and hard work. There's nothing else. Yes, luck plays a favor, but in order to get luck in your favor, you really need to work hard. If you don't know this by now, life will tell you somehow. If you've been very lucky, trust me, law of averages, life will come up with a scenario where luck will fade out. So that's why I don't believe in luck. As a person, I really don't. I feel like you should do good regardless of your luck, regardless of your state of mind, because that's what maturity and adulting is. It's not though I was in this state so I couldn't do this. I had this so I couldn't. Those are just excuses. Okay. Yes, a lot of time they are genuine, but the idea is that that does not get you the right score. So it's very important to understand that the focus should be on accuracy. You should be conceptually very strong. And from day one, you should stop making silly mistake. It can be calculation mistake. It can be mistake about reading a question. And there are so many creative mistakes that you all will make. But the idea is make them in class, make them in practice. Do not make them during the exam. So that's everything I wanted to tell you before I officially start teaching you ratio and percentage, which is the first topic we start with for quantitative. So, sorry, I'm a little unwell. Ratio and percentage. You can get 3 to 4 questions from this topic. And another thing is, it is a base for tables and graph type of questions. All the tables and graph kind of questions have a base of ratio and percentage and statistics. Like it's not just ratio percentage, it's also statistics. So tables and graph kind of questions that you get in data insight, they are mostly conceptually from ratio, percentage, and statistics. Those are the two topics that you need to master to get a good score in ratio and percentage. You have 3 to 4 questions asked from this, either in MCQ type. I mean, both are MCQ only. So either in problem solving type or in data sufficiency. We will explore more in detail as to how to solve data sufficiency questions that you get in the data insight section. But you should know that every quant question is asked in 2 categories. It's either problem solving or data sufficiency. And I have already told you that problem solving you get 21 questions and data sufficiency you get 7 plus. So you can get 7 to 8 to 9 questions depending on how the algo is working for you. This is also a base and intro for all arithmetic topic. So if you are good with ratio and percentage, then you understand CISI, you understand average, you understand mixture, you understand time work, and you understand time speed. Because the base for all these topic is ratio and percentage. If you've truly understood this, all these topics will be like a cakewalk for you folks. And we have to cover all these topics. And that's what we will start with as well. Like after ratio and percentage, we'll go to time speed, then time and work, then average and mixture, then CISF, then set theory, PNC, probability, and then Rahul will start with algebra. Now, how does a ratio work? Class, I'm repeating myself. Please be as interactive with me as possible. Keep on asking me questions, keep on challenging me. No, regardless of whatever comes in your mind, just keep on asking me that. It's very important. Okay. So, ratio is nothing but a comparison of two or more numbers. I believe ratio is where you convert English to math. Like let's say for example, salary of P upon salary of Q is 2 by 3. That basically means in English that for every rupees 2 that P earns, Q earns rupees 3. So that is nothing but a comparison, right? That for every rupees 2 that P earns, Q earns rupees 3. That means if P earns 200, then Q will earn how much, class? If P earns 200, then Q will earn,
500.
sorry,
500.
300. It's in the ratio of 2 is to 3, na? So for every 2 rupees that P earns, Q will earn rupees 3. And if P earns rupees, let's say 14, how much will Q earn?
21.
Yeah, because the value of P is multiplied by 7, so the value of Q will also be multiplied by 7. This brings us to the first point that we should know in ratio is that, one second. Ratios can be multiplied or divided by any number, and that will still make no difference to the ratio. So, like, say for example, P by Q is 2 by 3. We can also call it 6 by 9. Both are multiplied by 3. We can also call it 2x by 3x. We can also call it 200 by 300. So as long as you're multiplying both numerator and denominator or all parts of the ratio, because when ratios are of 3 or 4, then it's not numerator upon denominator, then it goes to something else. So P by Q will always be equal as long as you're multiplying it or dividing it by the same number. Okay, so 2 by 3 can be written as 6 by 9. And the reason for that is very simple, right? I can take 3 common in both numerator and denominator. Yes, class? Can I take 3 common in both numerator and
Yes.
denominator for 6 by 9?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll get cancelled. So you're left with what? You're left with 2 by 3 again. So that's why point number 1, ratios can be multiplied or divided by any number. Okay. Let's say I have ratio of 3. A is to B is to C equals 3 is to 5 is to 7. And I know the sum value that, let's say there are 645 chocolates. 645 chocolates, and they are distributed among A, B, C in the ratio of 3 is to 5 is to 7. Okay. So how much chocolate will A get, how much chocolate will B get, and how much chocolate will C get can be solved broadly by two ways. Number one is, let's understand this conceptually. I need to make 3 parts, 5 parts, and 7 parts of total of 645 chocolates. Do all of you agree to that? Like I need to divide total chocolates and then give 3 parts to A, 5 parts to B, and 7 parts to C. Now, can I say if I add this up, 7 plus 5 plus 3, I have to make 15 parts of it, class. Can I say that I have to make 15 parts of total? Yes or no? And out of those 15 parts, can I say that I have to give 3 part to A, 5 part to B, and 7 part to C? Can I get a raise of hand from everyone if you understand this? Bhumi, Ashit, Rajat, Simankar, Shubham, Vaibhav, Falguni, Agrimita, Abhik. Yes, you can just like give me a thumbs up, and if you've understood it. If you have not, and if you want me to explain it again, just message me privately. It's okay. You don't need to reveal yourself because Rahul asked me to go very slow in the first class, so I will go very slow in the first class. We will slowly pick up pace, and for folks who are very good with this, just have some patience and listen to me very carefully. Maybe you will learn something new conceptually. And when we come to questions, if you are able to solve them faster, I'll give you extra questions. Don't worry. Okay. It's not like you'll be bored in the class. I'll ensure that I challenge you. And that's the whole part. If you are able to solve the questions that we are doing in class really fast, I'll give you extra questions. Okay. So the idea is that out of these 15 parts, 3 of them have to go to A. So can I just say total chocolates with is 645. I make its 15 parts and give 3 to A. Total of 645, I make its 15 parts and give 5 to B. And total of 645, make 15 parts and give 7 to C. This makes perfect sense, right? Yes or no, class? So
Yeah.
645 by 15 is now 43. So 43 times 3, this will be 129. 43 times 5 will be 215. And 43 times 7 will be 215 plus 86. That will be 295, 301. So you will get A share, B share, and C share, right? As 129, 215, and 301. Is this clear to everyone, class? D076, can you change you to your name so that I can address you? I mean, unless you are Elon Musk, related to Elon Musk, D076 does not seem like a name that anyone would keep. It's so fascinating, dude. Like, he actually named his child XAE. What was that name that got viral? I mean, Indian parents will be traumatized after listening to that name, XAE something something something. It feels like a code. So this idea that you have a ratio of A is to B is to C, and let's say you have a sum equals S. So how do I represent it in formula? The value of A will be A parts out of A plus B plus C into S. The value of B will be B parts out of A plus B plus C into S, and C will be C parts out of A plus B plus C into S. Is this clear to everyone, class? This is the first method of simplifying ratios. What is the second method? The second method is just utilizing the fact that ratio can be multiplied by any number. So what I will do is, let's say same question. 3 is to 5 is to 7. I will say A share is 3K. So if A share is 3K, B share will be how much, class?
5.
5K. Because
5K.
according to theory, if A is multiplied by some number, B also has to be multiplied by that same number. And C also has to be multiplied by that same number. Now 3K plus 5K plus 7K equals 645. 15K equals 645. K equals 43. So 3 times 43 is 129. 5 times 43 is 215. And 7 times 43 is 301. Is this clear to everyone, class? Yes? Awesome. So these are the two ways in which you can simplify ratio and get to the answer. Now, how do I solve this? If I have to divide something, just a question, I'm unable to see what you just said. Can you see it now? Oh, by the way, class, this is a interactive board. So you can go up, down, revisit anything you want that I have written. And whenever you want to come back to what I'm doing, just press rejoin in the middle. I want all of you to try this. Also, you can mark anything by using the pencil. Just change your color to, let's say, green or red. And if you have a doubt, you can just like circle it. You can be like, Shubham, can you please explain this part again? It's like a proper interactive board. Okay. Just don't take things up and down because then it will become a challenge for me. At the all also what you can do is you can type text, you can use arrows, you can scroll around, and as whenever you want to come back, just press rejoin in the center middle. If you have like gone wayward, you will see a button. Is this clear to everyone, class?
Yeah, got it.
Perfect. Perfect. Now let's do some questions. I'll share some questions on the whiteboard. And I want you all to like really enjoy the GMAT process. Okay, I know so many of you, what you end up doing is that you isolate yourself from your social life. You feel like GMAT is such a task that I deserve to just sit at home even on the weekend and not enjoy my life. That will be very counterproductive. So the only thing you need to do over the weekend is definitely attend the class, revise a bit, and really enjoy. Okay. Please do not get into that kind of mode that, oh, I have to study, I can't go, I have to cancel plans and everything. Trust me, that will be very counterproductive. So I want all of you to quickly solve these two questions. And you'll be surprised by how many people actually do that. They somehow psychologically think it's a better thing. I should like cut off people, be alone, isolate myself, and just study, study, study. That's not how life works, okay? Did it for cat, regretted it. Oh yeah. I know. I get the feeling. I wrote cat as well. Oh, this was a very interesting cat exam. We can talk about anyone who wrote cat and want to discuss cat. Just message me after the class. I wrote this year's cat. I write cat every year. You wrote cat 23, not 24. Yes, Ayan, you're right.
24.
Sayan, just message me this privately so that the answers are not revealed. Okay. So whoever is sending me the answer, just send it to me privately. I'll just verify if you've done it correct or not, so that by the time others are doing, they don't know the solution. Okay. Just direct message me. Yes, Abhik, that's also correct. No, Rajat, that's not correct. Yes, Abhik, that's the age. Yes, Sayan, that's the age. Correct. Just give me 1 minute. Solve this question. I'll just come in 1 minute. No, Falguni, answer is not correct. Yes, Shalak, that's correct. Yes, Bhavna, that's correct. Correct. Okay. So let's just quickly do these two questions. Two friends separated. No, Rajat, that's not correct. Two friends separated by a certain distance start walking towards each other. When they meet, one of them has walked 20 meters more than the other. Okay. And the distance that they cover is in the ratio of 2 is to 3. So I can say distance is 2k and 3k. The question says that the difference in the distance that they have covered is 20 meters. So from this I get k as 20. If k is 20, total distance will be distance covered by both of them, which is 2k plus 3k. So that is 40 plus 60, which is 100. Is this clear to everyone, class?
Hi, can you repeat again?
What part did you not understand?
Okay, this is 3b minus 2b is equal 20, right? How
Yeah.
did you get at about 20 meters more? Okay. So that side becomes 100. Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
This is question number one. Question number two. I'll also share the whiteboard after the class. So rather than like if you don't feel like watching the entire video, you can just like go through the whiteboard and just like quickly revise everything. So I love tech, like particularly this part of tech. Present age of Samir and Anand are in the ratio 5:4. So then what we can do is we can assume present age Samir's present age to be 5K and Anand's present age to be 4K. Yeah, I'm a lefty. So Samir's present age to be 5K and Anand's present age to be 4K. That's what we will take the assumption as. Then it says 3 years hence. That means after 3 years. So after 3 years, can't I say that the age of Samir would become 5K plus 3 and age of Anand would become 4K plus 3? Everyone is able to follow till here. Then the ratio is also given that this ratio is 11:9. So basically 5K plus 3 upon 4K plus 3 equals 11 by 9. Now all I need to do is cross multiply and solve it. So once I cross multiply, I'll get 45K plus 27 equals 44K plus 33. K equals 6. So if K is 6, I want Anand's present age. That would be 4K, which is 4 into 6, which is 24. If you feel like, oh, if you feel these questions are very basic, trust me, you will get these on GMAT. I'm not kidding. This is a legit GMAT question that can come. Okay, so the answer here is 24 years. Do this and this. Class, one tip for solving arithmetic questions. I'm not taking long questions as of now. Yeah. These are both of them are a little challenging. I'm not taking very long question. The idea is to break down the question first, read the question, understand the context, and then only start to write something. It's very important step one in arithmetic based questions. You can't just directly start these questions, okay? So all this, I'll just come in 1 minute. Sorry, I'm a little unwell. Yes, Abhik. First, the answer for first is correct. Good. Others? It's okay. Give it time. If you are able to do half, if you're able to do 30%, 40%, it's okay. I will anyway explain the solution. I want you to give your best shot. That's it. That's very important. And you all need to get into this habit of being uncomfortable with a question. So, yes, 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 Sad. Sorry. First answer is correct. Yeah, second is correct. No, we don't need to take separate variables. We'll be able to solve it with only for first variable. No, no, Rajat, you must have done something wrong in the steps because you don't have enough equations to solve it with two variables. It's a single variable question.
Hey Shubham,
Yeah,
can you hear me? Yeah, so I took single variable,
Mm-hmm.
and if I were to go 6 years back, then it would be x minus 6, right? So would that be canceling out in the
Yeah,
numerator and
maybe start
denominator?
with 6 years back. So the point is, if you take present, you'll only have to take x and y because you don't know the ratio. When why take present? In this question class, uh, imagine the 6 years back scenario. So the 6 years back scenario, the ratio of age of husband age is, let's say, 6K. So the wife's age is 5K. Husband's age is 6K, wife's age is 5K. 6 years back. So what will happen 6 years later? See, understand, this is 6 years back, and I want 6 years into the future. How much age difference is there from 6 years back to 6 years into the future? There will be a present as well, right? So a total of 12 years, no? 6 plus 6. Yes or no, class? Do all of you agree to this? That there will be a total of yes, Athav, that's correct. Yes, Bhavna, that's correct. So 6 plus 6 equals 12. Can I say this, class? So can I say that 6 years into the future, the age of husband would become 6K plus 12. Age of wife would become 5K plus 12. Yes or no? Is this clear, class? Now this ratio is given. So I can write 6K plus 12 upon 5K plus 12 equals 10 by 9. If I simplify this, what will be the value of K here, class? If anyone who has done this? 3, right? You get K as 3. And I want present ages. Okay, so present age would be 6K plus 6 and 5K plus 6, which will be 24 and 21. So 24 and 21 is 8 by 7. Can I get a raise of hand from everyone who understood this, class? Is this clear to everyone? Perfect. Let's do the second question. The total income of A, B, and C is 80,000. Their expenditure is 8,000, 12,000, and 15,000 respectively. If their savings are in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 4, find the income of B. Okay. So the logic that we have to apply here is savings is equal to income minus expenditure. This is the most important concept that we need to apply here. That is savings equals to income minus expenditure. I know expenditure of A, B, and C. Expense A, B, C is 8,000, 12,000, and 15,000. savings ratio. So what is the savings ratio? For A it is 2K, for B it is 3K, and for C it is 4K. Those who are not able to do do it with this class. Try it with this. Sorry, that's correct. The these are the savings. So total income of B would be, those who have not done this, quickly do it by this. Expense is 8,000, 12,000, 15,000, and saving is 2K, 3K, and 4K. Solve it from this. Yes, Athar, that correct. That's correct. So income would be sum of expense plus saving. That means total income would be 8,000 plus 2K plus 12,000 plus 3K plus 15,000 plus 4K. And total income should be equal to 80,000. So 20, 35. 35,000 plus 9K equals 80,000. 9K equals 45,000. K equals 5,000. So if K is 5,000, the value of saving of B will be 15,000. So total income of B would be 12,000 plus 15,000. That is 27,000. Is this clear to everyone, class? Can you solve using the expense ratio and? Not really, because
Sir, I have directly subtracted this from 45,000, like
uh,
35,000, this 80,000. So we got 45,000.
then 2:3:5, say we can say 3 by
In my case, coming 5,000.
9 in, yeah. So even I got KS 5,000. I just like made one equation. You can do that. Yeah. Because the
Okay.
the point is that total expense is 35,000. So saving has to be 45,000. And then solve
Yes.
further. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. This is clear to everyone, right, class? Now, let's do this. Does anyone actively follow test cricket?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Vaibhav also does. Uh, LVNU, can you change yourself to your full name? Yeah. Oh, nice. I'm very excited to finish the class and watch the last session, but I'm scared of the lead that they're gonna have. Oh, test matches and ODIs. Oh, you're a man of culture. I really want India to qualify for WTC final because I'm saving to go and watch it live. Like, I want to go to Lords and see India pick that mace. No, sir, nine. That's not correct. No, finally. Yeah, that'll be fun if India qualifies. No, Athar, that's wrong. Class, please pay attention to this. You are given the ratio of coins and you are given a total value. You're not given sum of coins. Okay. Do not confuse sum of coins to total value. You know the total value, you know the ratio of coin, and you know the value of each coin. So think, what do I need to do in this? Simple question. Let's say three 200 rupee notes and 200 rupee notes. How much money do you have? You have five notes, right? Three 200 and 200. And how much money do you have, class? If you have three 200 and 200, how much money do you have? 800, right? Yes or no? Yes. But how many notes do you have? Five. So this is different and this is different. What you're given in the question, this 300 is value. Okay? So solve accordingly. One second. No, sure, that's incorrect. No, Ashit, that's incorrect. That's correct. Atharv got the answer correct. I want everyone else also to try. No, Shubham, that's incorrect. It's okay. It's okay. Give it a shot. It's a good question. I'm just giving you an example of how 800 came up, just like how the number of notes and value are two different things. So if you have three 200 rupee notes and 200 rupee notes, you have five notes, but the value of that notes is 800. So I just wanted to differentiate the values. Yes, sure, that's correct. Yes, Abhik, correct. No, Falguni, it's not. Okay, so three of you have gotten it right so far. Good. Others also give it a shot. Those who are done with this, I want you to figure this out. No, answer is not 100. It's okay. I mean, for a lot of you, you are coming back to math after a long time. And the way math was taught to us is, I don't want to get into that, but not very ideal. So it's okay. It'll take some time. Big deal. You'll take some time to get used to it. No, Bhumi, that's not the answer. Bhavna, that's correct. Very good. Do you have a question, Shalang? You have your hand raised. Okay, another thing. Once I give the solution, then also you'll feel like, oh, that's so obvious. But it's obvious because I have explained it. Okay. Please do not be hard on yourself. कि यार ये तो आसान क्वेश्चन था, ये तो हो जाना चाहिए था. Of course हो जाना चाहिए था. Of course you should be able to solve these questions, but the whole point of doing this exercise is because you need to be trained to solve that first. You need to expose yourself to these questions first. So please don't get into this mindset, oh, why didn't it strike me? It will start striking you. Just do 40, 50 questions from this topic. Okay. I don't want this mindset in my class. Oh, I should have done this. I mean, yes, but don't think about it. That's the whole point. Because then you just like hamper your confidence. I'm telling you, confidence is the biggest thing you need for GMAT. Nothing else. If you're confident, like really confident about your ability, you'll score good. If you're not, no matter how much you study, you'll not get a score. Regardless of how much you study, you'll not get a score. Because GMAT is not just about theory, it's about mindset, it's about decision making. Okay. So for this question, yes, for second question, option one is correct. The number of 1 rupee, 50 paisa, and 25 paisa coins in a bag is in the ratio 3:4:5. If the bag has rupees 300, find the number of 50 paise coins. So the idea is value number of coins. Okay, let's not call it value, let's call it denomination. And finally, value. So 1 rupee denomination, how many coins do I have? 3k. So the value will be 3k into 1, which is 3k. 50 paisa is half rupee. 4k coin. So the value will be 4k into half rupee. So that is 2k. Third denomination is 1 by 4th, 5k coins. So the value will be 5k by 4. Now the sum of this value, which is 3k plus 2k plus 5k by 4, is given to be equal to 300. The sum of these values is given to be equal to 300. If I solve this, I'll get k as 48. So number of 50p coins is 4k, which is 4 into 48, which is 192. Is this clear to everyone, class? Yes or no? Yes. हाँ, तो then you're giving me the answer of value ना शायद. Value नहीं पूछा ना, question पूछ रहा है number of 50 पैसा coins. Awesome. So for the next question, class, it's very simple. It's a very straightforward question. The thing is that we know because it's asking the number of 50 paisa coin. The number of 50 paisa coins is 4K, right, Falguni? The value, because it's a 50 paisa coin, the value is 2K. Because 4K multiplied by 50 paisa, so 4K into half is 2K. But the question is not asking how much money you have in 50 paisa. It's asking how many number of 50 paisa coins you have. So if you have 192 coins, you will have rupees 96. But the question is asking this, not this. Is it clear now? Perfect. Class, whenever you have ratio in denominator, the first thing you need to do, only thing you need to do is multiply by LCM. We'll do one more question after this, then we'll take like a 5 to 10 minute breather, and then we will start percentage. So I'll give you 5-10 minutes to have water, eat something, have coffee, chill a little. Okay. So multiply by LCM is the way to go whenever you have ratio in the denominator. So LCM of 4, 5, and 6 would be how much? 2, 2, 5, 3. 2 again. 1, 5, 3. 3, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1. So LCM is multiplication of this, which is 60. So I will multiply the entire ratio by 60. So 1 by 4 is to 1 by 5 is to 1 by 6 into 60. That means I'll get 15 is to 12 is to 10. Now I know how to solve. So the sum of this is 37. So the first value is 2220 by 37 into 15. Second value is 2220 by 37 into 12. So this will be 900. This will be 720. And finally 2220 by 37 into 10 will be 600. So the answer, oh sorry. So the answer would be option 1. Is this clear to everyone, class? Yes or no?
Excuse me, sir. Would you please like repeat this thing? I didn't get.
Repeat what? Where?
Repeat the down part. Like you multiplied by
Because
20.
I got the new ratio as 15, 12, and 10, and the sum is 2220. I got the 3 ratio as 15, 12, and 10, and the sum is 2220. So then it's a basic question, no? This we did in the start, right? That I have to divide 2220 in the ratio of 15 is to 12 is to 10. You know how to do this? A, B, C. We have to divide into 3 people. So the value of A would be 15 upon 37, because total is 37 into 2220, which will be 900. The value of B would be 12 upon 37 into 2220, which is 720. And finally 10 upon 37 into 2220, which is 600. Is it clear now? Yes? Yes or no? Awesome, Abhay. Okay, so let's do one challenging question, one very high level question according to GMAT. Of course, I don't have it downloaded. Just give me 1 minute. I am one of the clumsiest person you'll ever meet. I don't even have the classwork downloaded in my laptop. Every time I take this class, I have to go to the drive, download the classwork again, and I don't know where I keep it after that. My brain should be tested. So this is like a very high level ratios question that you can get. I want you all to give it a shot. Just coming in 1 minute. Oh, is there anyone else who can't see the question? 1 second. Yeah, can you see it now? Awesome. That's send that to me privately. Correct, Athar. Good. This is the maximum level ratio question that you can get, class. Nothing more than this. Yeah, right, correct. I want to give everyone like 2, 3 more minutes to figure this question out. It's okay. It's a good question. Yeah. I mean, this is like a proper highest level ratio question that you can get. We'll do these kind of questions in class once we like pick up pace. How many of you yes, Falguni, you can just assume it with a variable. Yeah, you can do that. You'll still get the answer. Even if you take a random value, because everything is in ratio, you'll get the answer. But a good habit is to take it with variable. So probably like a 36K, 36X is a better way to start. I mean, more elegant way to start, because sometimes we can't directly assume a value, and we should always assume values with a variable. Yeah. So I was asking how many of you actually have seen the pre-work PDF class? Okay. If you have not after the class, just like solve the pre-work again. You'll be really good conceptually. Then watch the video. Then of course the classwork questions I'll do in class. They're very hard. So this is like the first classwork question we are doing today. And we will also share a file of extra questions. That's something I'll explain at the end of the class, okay? So for this question class, understand this. Whenever you have ratios where there is denominator, like you're dividing it into 2/9, then 3/4, and 2 to 1 against means 2/3. Because it says 2 to 1 against. So out of 3, 2 will be against, 1 will be in favor, right? This is what 2 to 1 against means, class. Yes or no? Can I say this? 2 to 1 against, 2 is in against and 1 is in favor. Yes or no, class? Do all of you agree? So I have 3 ratios given, 2/9, 3/4, and 2/3. I'll assume total as LCM of these 3. So LCM of 9, 4, and 3 would be how much, class? LCM of 9, 4, and 3 would be how much? 36x. So the first thing that I will do is assume total to be 36x. Now it says out of these 36x, 2/9 votes are counted. So 2/9 into 36x will give me 8x. Out of this 8x, 3/4 are in favor. So 3/4 is 6x. And remaining 2x are against. And in total, how many against do I need? I need 2/3 against. So 2/3 into 36x. I need 24x against. I already have 2 against. How many do I have left? 8x are counted. So out of remaining 28x, I need how many more? 22x more against, right, class? Because I already have 2. I need 22 more to take it to 24. Is everyone able to understand this? Yes or no? Can I get a quick raise of hand from everyone if you're able to understand this, class?
Can you just repeat it again?
From where?
Like, why did you sum it up all the things like 2/9 plus 3/4 and
No, I did not add. What I'm
That's the
saying is
like
it's a good habit, Bhumi, that whenever you're dividing things in the ratio 2 by 9, 3 by 4, 2 by 3, in order to make calculation easier, take LCM of denominator. I'm giving you a best case practice, which you can follow anytime. Whenever you have denominators, take LCM of denominator as the variable. The calculation becomes much more easier. Okay.
okay, but like I think uh, the question is really different, right?
Sorry.
Because the question is different,
How?
uh, like it's saying that 2/9 votes are counted.
Hmm.
That means 7/9 are not counted. So we
Yeah.
are only taking the fraction of this 2/9.
No, we have taken everything else. No. So 2 upon 9 are counted. That means 8x are counted. 7 by 9 are not counted. So 7 by 9 of 36 will be 28x. Is it clear till here?
Yes.
And I know that 3/4 have been in favor out of this 8x. So that means 6x have been in favor, 2x have been against. Is it clear till here?
Yeah.
So how many total do I need? That is given. In total, I need 2 to 1 against. So 2 to 1 means what, Bhumi? That if there are 3 votes, I need 2 against and 1 in favor. That's what it means.
Okay. Yes.
1 against means that's the odds, right? So that means out of every 3 vote, I need 2 of them against the resolution according to the question. Is this clear?
Okay. Yeah.
So I separately calculated that 2/3. I'm getting that as 24x. Are you able to follow till here?
Yeah. Okay. Now it's fine. Okay.
Now it's fine.
Got it.
Out of
Yeah.
24, 2x already against. So out of remaining, I need 22 more, right?
Okay.
And that's what the question is. Like, what fraction of the remaining vote must be against? So out of remaining 22x must be against, out of remaining 28x. 11 by 14. It's okay,
Okay.
class.
Thank you.
This is a good advanced question. This is where you need to reach in terms of solving ratios. And if you've reached here, you can solve any ratio question. Is this clear now, class, to everyone? Cool. So let's take a let's take a 7-minute breather. Let's start at 12:15. I'll start exactly at 12:15. So the issue once again. That will go away with practice. Don't worry. Have some patience. This confusion that happens midway is because of lack of confidence. That will go away. Don't worry at all. This is all part of the process. Class, if you're able to understand the question after me explaining it, that's also fine. No one is expecting you to solve it by yourself. That's the whole point of having these sessions. All you need to do is work harder. Probably watch this video again, and I will share some reference sites through which you can practice ratio questions. I'll share reference PDF. I'll share my own content. If you're willing to work hard, you'll get better. Definitely get better, no matter at what level you are. I don't care at what level you are. The only thing I care about is the level you need to be. Okay. So it's okay. Really does not matter how long it has been since you've touched quant, if you have a phobia of quant, whatever. I love quant. And I'll ensure that you start liking it too, no matter what. Okay. So don't worry about all of this. This is first class. First hour of first class. No one is expecting you to be on, you know, your sharpest self. If you're sharpest self right now, then you don't need me. Are you getting my point? Okay. So let's start at 12:15. I want all of you to just like take a break, eat whatever you want, and then we'll start at 12:15. I'll start a timer of 7 minutes. And then I'll also eat something. If you have any question, you can ask. Oh, Travis Head is not out. Wow. No worries, you can do that. I'll also give you folks like a rough timetable at the end that you can follow with work. Uh, Honestly, sky is the limit in terms of improvement. It depends on how much you're willing to work till then. I don't think there's a limit of how much you can improve your score, because a lot of time we don't do our best in GMAT. Our best or our pass score is actually higher than what we get in the exam in most of the cases. In my case as well, I was scoring so much more in mocks, and I don't know what happened during the exam. So I understand all of this. Yeah, but I want to get that score in other subjects as well, right? In verbal and DI as well. And I have gotten that in the mocks. I've gotten 90, 90, 90 in mocks. I just haven't been able to replicate that in the exam. Hey, it's possible. It's not nothing like that. I've been teaching for 7 years, so if I don't, then who will? It's possible. It's possible. You can get all questions correct in DI. I have gotten them a lot of time in mocks. Only thing that I haven't gotten is like 19 verbal. My highest in verbal is 89. Yeah. That's when I got like only one question incorrect. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It's not like my brain is on another level or anything. It's just a function of practice and teaching a lot. That's it. Imagine like teaching quant, DI, verbal entire day. You have to score good in the exam. There's no other way. uh, Falguni, we'll finish by 1:30. But my class duration will be around 2.5 hours. But because this is the first class, and we invested half an hour in just understanding the GMAT pattern and everything. So I'll probably teach for 1 more hour, because I don't think our brain functions after 2.5 hours anymore. Most important thing that I want to tell you all is just like really enjoy learning. I think GMAT practice improves your comprehension level, improves your decision making, improves your quant skill. And I really believe this because I've done research on this. If you're good with math, your logical reasoning goes to another level. Because I truly believe math is the language of logic. It is a language that you're learning. It's not a subject, it's a language. Because there are so many scenarios, like there has been one recent incident where there was a pickup line being circulated on internet. It was regarding math only, like arrange this digit so that I can call you or something. And I was able to understand how is that a mathematical impossibility, like the probability of anyone having their phone number with unique digit is very, very, very low. And I had literally had a debate about this. I discussed this in a meeting where I was able to convert it. Like that person was ranting about the today's generation and what has happened to that, and then I contributed to that, and I was able to convert that contract by just a random conversation and explaining him the probability of a phone number having all unique digits. Have you seen a phone number with all unique digits, like from 0 to 9, all digits in the number? It's less than 0.001%, by the way. So I just like explained the math of that, and I somehow impressed the other person. So all of this happens. Like with math, what happens is you start to see things in probabilities. So once you see things in probability, life becomes much more easier. Like let's say, for example, you're aiming for a 99 percentile. There's a 1 in 100 chance. Out of 100 people appearing for GMAT, one of them will get 99. If you keep that into perspective, you will understand how big it is to actually get that score. A lot of times in life, we need perspective of how tough or how it is easy it is to actually get that. And it's not just probability, it's everything else. It's return on your investment, uh, percentage growth, how compounding works. If you're able to think in these terms, it really complements your life in general because you're able to see the logic in everything. Whether you act upon it or not really is irrelevant. So what I want to tell you all is, like, if you learn this as a new language for people who are like struggling and thinking, oh, this is too much, trust me, if you learn this language of math, it's beautiful out there. People who say I'm still looking for people who apply these quadratic formula, they're very stupid. You don't apply these formulas, you just learn these methods. What these methods do is make you think logically. Yes, of course, no one is going to ask you these questions in real life, but they're going to ask you a problem statement which needs the similar approach to solving it. It's very absurd to say, oh, I have never used quadratic formula in my life, why was I taught that? The way you solve that is important. Problem solving is important. What you solved is really irrelevant. It's the idea of being able to solve problems that come in front of you. Okay, so the time is over. I should stop. Otherwise, I'll just for 1 hour give you random lectures for no reason. Let's start with percentage. Everyone feels much more comfortable with ratios now, right, class? Yes or no? Perfect. So let's start with percentage. Percentage is nothing but ratio on a scale of 100. Why do we need percentage? Because we need a uniform comparison scale. Like, let's take a very simple example. Let's say two folks studied from two different colleges. One of them took an exam of 800 marks and another took an exam of 700 marks. Out of 800, this person got, let's say, 600. And out of 700, let's say this person got 595. How do we know who did better? How do we objectively compare how much the other person did better? It will become tougher with these numbers, right? Do you all agree with denominators different? It's very tough to compare these numbers, class. Yes or no? Like I said, you can unmute yourself and talk to me. Please feel free to talk to me. So, in order to make comparison easier, what I will do is apply the concept that ratio can be multiplied by any number and multiply this by 100 and this also by 100. 0, 0 cancel. 600 by 8 would be 75. 0, 0 cancel. 595 by 7 would be 595 by 7 would be 85. So now I have 75 by 100 and 85 by 100. Can you visibly tell who did better now, class? Without doing any calculation, without like thinking too much, can you visibly tell who did better here? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's the whole objective of percentage. Percentage is nothing but out of 100. So percentage sign itself, this percent sign, you know what it means? We use it wherever 1 by 100 is there. 1 by 100 and percent sign are interchangeable. So I can directly write it 75%. I can directly write it 85%. I'm repeating myself. Percent sign and 1 by 100 are interchangeable quantities. So now I can clearly say that the person on the right actually this 85% is better than 75%. Is this clear to everyone, class? Yes or no? So the objective of percentage in general is to have a uniform comparison scale. Okay. Now, this concept is applied everywhere. No matter what country you go to, no matter where you go, percentage is a uniform thing which is used everywhere. Like say, for example, I have to compare performance of two companies. Let's say M&M, Mahindra & Mahindra and Zomato. And I have to make like an investment decision whether I should invest in these companies or not. Now the problem is that M&M will have annual profit of somewhere 25 to 26,000 crores and Zomato will have annual profit of 60 to 100 crores. Does that mean, class, does that mean that M&M is a better investment as compared to Zomato? Can I by just this number decide that? Tell me.
No, it can't.
No, I can't, right? So what should I do? What I should do is see financial for 2 years. Let's say in 23, Zomato earned 50 crores. In 24, Zomato earned 75. Let's say in 2024, M&M earned 25,000 crores. And in 2023, M&M earned 20,000 crores. So there's a clear 25% increase here and there's a 50% increase here. So which is a better investment in terms of growth? Which is a better investment in terms of growth, class?
Zomato.
Zomato, because there's a 50% profit growth and there the profit growth is only 25%, which is a lot for a big company. I'm just making a point. So numbers by itself do not give you the exact picture, but percentage change gives you the exact picture. Same thing can be applied in, targets. We do this a lot in corporate, right? We have this target, that target, we have to achieve this, we have to achieve that, and all of that. So how do we come up with that? So at the start of the month or year, we are given a certain target, a revenue target or a number target. Then at the end of the year, we look at our actuals and then percent. It's easier to compare two teams where one team says I completed 85% of my target and other team says, you know what, I completed 90% of my target. So for me, as someone who is assessing their performance, it's easy to say, oh, 90% is better than 85%. But let's say I had like random numbers. Let's say team A did 5,000 crore in revenue and team B did 4,000 crore in revenue. Then objectively, it looks like this is better. But that's not how things work, right? Maybe team A is working on a project where there's more money and they were actually supposed to earn much more revenue than what they got. And the team B or the vertical B was supposed to get lesser, but they actually ended up doing more. We don't know. That's what percentage does. So percentage is really relevant in terms of comparison. That's what percentage is all about. Okay. There are three clear variation of how we apply a percentage concept. If you understand all three right here, after understanding ratio and percentage, like I said, you'll become better with compound interest, simple interest, mixtures, time speed, time and work, averages. All these topics are asked in GMAT. So if you pay attention to this class, watch the classes video again, understand everything, the upcoming classes will become so much easier for you. So much easier. Okay. So variation one of the formula, which will be used like 80% of the times, is change upon initial into 100%. Percent value is equal to change upon initial into 100%. Where do we use this? Best example is profit and loss. Let's say I bought something for 500 and I sold it for 620. I bought something for 500 and I sold it for 620. Okay, that's interesting. So if I have to see my profit percentage, my profit will be how much? 620 minus 500, which is rupees 120. So this is what is change. So profit percent will be change, which is 120 upon initial. What does come first? Cost price or selling price, class? What comes first? Yeah, what comes first? Cost price or selling price? Cost price,
Cost
right?
price.
So cost price is 500. So 120 by 500 into 100%. So 0 cancel, 24%. So the profit that we are making is 24%. And what does this mean? For every 100 rupee we invest, we make 24 extra. So if we had invested 100, we would get 24. If we had invested 200, we would get 48. And because we invested 500, I got 120. Like I said, 24% can be written like this. This and this are same to same, no difference. I want all of you to like imprint this in your head. There's no difference. There's just two different ways of writing the same number. 24% and 24 by 100 are same to same. Is this clear? Where else do we use change upon initial? Investment. Like, let's say I invested 25,000 into a mutual fund. And its current value is 35,000. So how much return percent am I earning? What is my return percent? So return percent change is 10,000 upon initial. Initial money up was 25,000 into 100%. 3030 cancelled. This is 4, this is 1, so 40%. For every 100 rupee that I have invested, I have gotten back 40. I'm reiterating this and this are same to same. No difference whatsoever. Cool. What's the second variation of the formula? So second variation of the formula, variation 2, is percent value equals to achieved upon total into 100%. Where do we use this? We use this when you have target question or academic questions. Like in an exam of 400 marks, comma, I scored 168. So achieved is 168. Total is 400 into 100%. 0 cancel. 168 by 4, 42. So I achieved 42% of the marks. Is the second variation clear to everyone, class? Yes or no? Tell me, is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
Perfect. Third variation. Third variation is comparing two quantities. So it's literally quantity 1 over quantity 2 into 100%. A earns rupees 150. B earns rupees anything 210. Let me take it to 240. How much percent of A salary, comma, is B salary? Question mark. How much percent of A salary is B salary? Let's say you are asked this question. So please understand, the denominator will always be the value with which we are comparing. So what do we need to compare? We need to compare B to A salary, right? Do all of you agree? Sure, Rajat, no worries. You can watch the rest of the class on recording. It's okay. Are we comparing B to A? Yes or no, class? So that means in the numerator, I will take B. In the denominator, I'll take A into 100%, which will be 160%. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, it's clear.
No.
Perfect. Just one more tip before we get and solve percentage question. It is a good practice to take variable as 100x. Why? Can anyone tell me why? Why is it a good practice to take variable as 100x?
It cancels the denominator, maybe.
Yes, because in
By 10
percent
rule.
we'll always have 100 in the denominator, right? Class,
Yeah.
understand this. The best way to quickly do question is to not have denominator. So I applied the same concept in the ratios question. What was the concept that I applied here? In order to have no denominator, I took LCM of denominator. I'm pretty much doing the same thing here. In order to get no denominator, I took LCM of denominator. I'm pretty much doing the same thing here where I'm saying take the variable as 100x. Because now we know any percentage question has denominator as 100. So the whole idea is you have to use either of the three variation of percentage, and this is exhaustive. You won't get any question beyond this. Okay, whether it be profit loss, whether it be compound interest, anything, wherever you have to find percent, it has to be one of the three variations. You just have to figure out which one and be very careful on what to take in denominator. Okay, let's do some questions. Yeah, copying Weber. 1 second. Can you see it now? I want all of you to give answer of this because these are like fundamental level questions. Yeah, 7.65. Percent. It's asking in percent, no? No, 50 is incorrect. Shubham, that's the old value. The question is asking the new value, new price. Okay. So you'll have to subtract 1 rupee 35 paisa from it. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
No, that is also incorrect. Falguni, correct for the first question. Class, from next class onward, we'll keep on like increasing the level. Okay, right now, today, we have done like 80% moderate to easy questions and 20% only hard questions. That ratio will keep on changing. It's only today I'm giving some leverage. Okay. I will explain the questions, but you all have to come prepared before the class. The whole idea of how we take class is we send you a pre-recording before. You have to watch that recording. We send you a set of questions called pre-work. Pre-work is before class. You have to solve those questions before class. So the idea is that the class should be your second or third exposure to the topic, not first exposure. Because if it's first exposure, you won't be able to take full advantage. It's the first class today, it's absolutely okay. Second class, it's okay. Up till two class, it's okay. I'll give you benefit of doubt. Third class onwards, I won't. Okay, you have to come prepared. You have to show intent. Watch the video, solve questions, and then only come for the class. Correct, Falguni. Correct, Falguni, and correct, Sayan. Correct. Yeah, now it's correct for everyone. Rahul is messaging me from behind. Is this person in the class? Is this person in the class? So the first question, the price of chocolate dropped by 15% and thus Rashi was able to save 1 rupee 35 paisa on each chocolate. Find the new price of one chocolate. So I assume the price to be 100x. Drop is 15%. So 15% is 15x. So 100x. Oh, this drop is equal to 1 rupee 35. So 15x equals to 1.35. X equals to 1.35 by 15. And I need the new price. So new price would be 85x. 1.35 by 15 into 85. 7.65. Because I need new price. Arey yaar, so sorry. New price is rupees 7.65. Sometimes it get confusing. I write on the iPad. I have to scroll from the laptop. I keep on writing and I forgot, oh, I haven't scrolled in the laptop. So new price is rupees 7.65. Is this clear to everyone, class? Second question. To pass an exam of 250 marks, a candidate should obtain 40% marks. Raj scored 10% more than the passing marks. Passing marks is 40 by 100. Yes, Shalak, that's correct. 40 by 100 into 250, which will be 100 marks. Passing marks is 100 mark. The question says Raj scored 10% more than passing marks. So 100 plus 10%, like I said, percent and 1 by 100 are same to same, into 100. 100 cancelled. Okay, what happened to the pencil? 100 cancelled. And what I get is 110. So percent of marks scored by Raj would be variation 2, right? Obtained, which is 110. Total, which is 250, into 100%. 44%. Is this clear to everyone, class? Yes or no? Perfect. Solve this. Very good. Those who got 2 games, nice. Why 18? 18 and 17? How do we get 18 and 17?
Two games.
Yeah, 2 games. Everyone is getting 2. And how do we get this 2? See, 15 games have happened. Out of 15, how many has Anand won? Anand won 80%, which would be 12. So Anand has already lost how many? 3. How many can he afford to lose? That is 90% of 50, that is 45. So he has to win 45. That means 5 he can afford to lose. So he can afford to lose 2 more. And that will be the answer. Is this clear to everyone, class? Yes or no? Yes? Perfect. Okay, let's do a decent profit loss question. Hey, yaar, come on. Everyone can see the question, right? I want you all to try it, and then I'll explain the theory and solve it as well. I'll just come in 2 minutes. Don't move. Be careful. Yeah, anyone got the answer of this? Oh, some of you did. Yeah, I think that's correct. Nice. One second. Let me share the screen again. Some of you are not able to see the question. Yeah, so let's understand. There is AC1, there is AC2. For AC1, selling price is 4,800 and I make a profit of, no worries, Avik. You make a profit of 20%. So think about this. I assume the cost price, let's say, to be 100x. So cost price plus profit, 20 by 100 of cost price is equal to selling price. So 120x equals to selling price, which is equal to 4,800. From this, I'll get x as 40. So cost price will be 4,000. That means the profit is $800. Is it clear till here to everyone, class? Profit is $800. Is it clear till here? Yes or no? Now it says he neither gained nor lost. That means the loss in this transaction should be $800. And it's saying loss is 16%. So 16 by 100 into cost price is equal to 800. 16% of cost price is equal to 800. That means the cost price would be 80,000 by 16, which is 5,000. So if cost price is 5,000, loss is 800. So selling price would be 5,000 minus 800, which is $4,200. And that's the answer. Is it clear to everyone, class? Yes or no? Ah, okay. No, no. The cost of both cannot be the same. If the cost of both is same, class, think about this. If the cost of both AC is same, so if you're getting profit of 20% in one and loss of 16% in second, you will end up making 4%. If the profit and loss percent is different, then cost price cannot be the same because you're neither gaining nor losing. That's given in the question. If it would have been 4,000 for both, you will never reach the scenario where you make neither profit nor loss. You will make 4% profit because 20 minus 16. But that we can only do if the cost prices are same. We will get into more detail of profit and loss. Don't worry. In the third class. Okay, in the fourth class. Second and third class are time and speed and time and work. We have studied ratio and percentage to a level where we can do time and work and time and speed question. We will come back and do the class worksheet. The class worksheet is very good. There I will explain linear equations. We will get into, I will now do 10 minutes of profit and loss. Then 5 minutes I'll tell you how to study and timetable, and then we'll wrap up the class. We'll only take class for 15 more minutes. Okay. But I'm just giving you a preview. Next Saturday, we will do time, speed, distance. After that, we will do time and work. After that, we will come back to percentage and solve advanced percentage questions. We will also understand CISI in that class. So profit and loss, CISI, advanced percentage questions, because this topic is very important. Right now, we are just like creating a base to begin. Okay. Now the concepts that you need to know for profit and loss. There are three type of prices. Cost, selling, marked or label. This is what is printed on the product. The price that is printed on the product. Cost is cost of seller. Like how much of money did the seller invest? Money that seller invested. Selling prices, final transaction value. Okay, can anyone tell me in what scenario selling price will be equal to mark price? In what scenario selling price would be equal to mark price?
When no discount is will be given.
Yes, when no discount is given, selling price will always be equal to mark price. When discount is given, what will happen then? When discount is greater than 0, selling price will always be less than mark price. Is this clear to everyone, class? So discount is nothing but difference of marked minus selling. Profit is a difference of selling minus cost. Loss is a difference of cost minus selling. And there is this word of margin or markup that you can see in some question. Margin or markup is the expected profit. So expected profit will always be equal to marked price minus the cost. You know, when you go to sellers, they say, oh, our margin is very less on this product, or the margin is very high on this product. How do they calculate this margin? This margin is whatever amount is printed on the label minus your cost of that. Sometimes you will get the full margin, sometimes you won't. That will depend on how much discount you're offering, right? Is this clear to everyone, class? Yes or no? Awesome. Profit percent will always be equal to profit upon cost into 100%. Loss percent will always be equal to loss upon cost into 100%. Discount percent will be equal to discount upon marked price into 100. So these are the percent value that we might need to solve in profit and loss. So this wraps up the theory of profit and loss. This wraps up the theory of everything I wanted to cover for today. Now, way forward. Number 1. Pre-work of ratio and percentage. I will write all of this in a mail and also send you. Don't worry. Okay. Number 1. If not done, we will solve pre-work of ratio and percentage. Number 2. Daily. We will do 2 to 3 questions from extra questions PDF. I will share an extra questions PDF. You only are supposed to do 2 to 3 questions every day from each. I will share one for ratios and one for percentage. So from each, only 2 to 3 questions. No one is asking you to finish it. The idea is that you should expose yourself to this topic every day for the next 2 weeks. Okay. Class, don't be in a rush ki, oh, I will sit today and I'll finish all percentage questions. That's not how it works. Do like, sorry, 2 to 3 questions every day. That will help you much more than solving the entire PDF in a day. Okay. So from extra questions, all the extra questions PDF from now on are supposed to be solved slowly. Point number 2, or point number 3, sorry. Watch video and do pre-work of time, speed. We will share a video and pre-work of time and speed. I expect you all to do that before the next Saturday. Okay. 4. I will share a reference link for ratio 15 question and percentage 15 question. Solve all before next class. That's it. This is your quant assignment from my side before the next class. Is it clear to everyone, class? Does anyone has any doubt? After this, I'll just briefly explain how you can, manage your time, and then we'll wrap up the class. But before I go there, does anyone has any question? Any question at all? No? Yes? Anything? Can talk about anything to me. Yes, Imanka, you have a question?
Yeah, hi, Shubham. I just wanted to ask one question. Okay, I know it's a silly, but I'll just switch on my camera. Yeah,
Please ask.
yeah. Okay, I think oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
so I have a question. Okay,
Mhm.
are we allowed to use calculators and all for all
No.
these questions?
So for quant section, you don't have a calculator. For data insight section, which is the third section, you have a calculator.
Acha.
Quant section, there's no calculator.
Okay.
So you should get
Okay.
into a habit of manually doing the calculation.
Yeah.
That's a
I
very
understand.
valid question. Class,
Okay.
don't take out your iPhone and just start calculating. Don't, because you won't have that luxury in the exam.
Yeah. I understood. Actually, since I started working, no, my brain actually stopped working in terms of calculator.
It's okay. It's okay. It takes.
Everything I do.
I will recommend all of you folks
Yeah.
try this app. It's called Peak
Okay.
Brain Training. You can download its APK if you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to pay, or you can pay its amount on App Store or Play Store. Use
Huh.
this app for 10-15 minutes daily. Just reduce your time spent on social media by 15 minutes. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
15 minutes, play puzzles and games on this. There are
Okay.
mathematical games where you can do calculation. There are memory-based games. There are logical games. All of this will make your mind sharper. It will improve your, thinking ability, aptitude ability in general. Okay. So all of you can download Peak Brain Training. Directly get APK if you don't want to pay. If you want to pay, you can just buy it from Android and iOS.
Yeah.
It's not very expensive. I think annual is 1,000 something. Okay, but trust me, it is worth it. It is more than worth it. It has around 30 plus unique games, and
Okay.
every game really improves your aptitude in general. Okay. Anything else, class? Anything else that anyone wants to ask in terms of the work you need to do? No?
Okay, thank you.
Now, see, you need to have two phase of study. One is distraction free time. It can vary from right now. I'm giving you some freedom 1 to 2.5 hours, not more than 2.5 hours. Okay, at a stretch. It should be 100% distraction free. That means your phone is away. Okay, your phone is literally away. No checking text, no looking at your phone. You really need to build a habit of sitting and concentrating. So you have to give distraction free time every day for at least 1 to 2.5 hours, depending on your bandwidth and timetable. Second is in lapse of 20 to 30 minutes. Like with one meal, you sat and solved some quant. While traveling, you did. Let's say you have work break. So in the work break, you somehow found 20-25 minutes, you started solving. These both need to happen. Otherwise, you won't be able to manage time. This is how I studied when I was like writing CAT and GMAT for the first time when I wanted to get a college. This is how I studied. There was a distraction free time, and others with work, I used to do this. While traveling in the metro, I'll randomly think about the question. I'll always carry a notebook with questions in it. So I'll just open that notebook, my diary. I'll start solving that question in the metro. If I have a break, if I feel like, oh, I can do one RC right now, so I'll do one RC. That's how like I keep on giving this lap of 20 minutes to it. That really helps. Okay. So distraction free time and lap of 20 to 30 minutes. This is how you are gonna study. The last thing that you all need to remember is we do not look at solutions. Write it in bold, print it, imprint it in your head. If you want to get a good GMAT score, stop looking at solutions. What will happen? You'll be stuck at a question for 4 hours. Be stuck in a question for 4 hours. That's the learning process. It's okay. Looking at solution is never the right way to study. Okay. What you can do alternately, you can leave the question and come back. And we will have a WhatsApp group, WhatsApp study group. You can ask for hints personally to me or on the WhatsApp study group. So once you officially register with us, we will make a WhatsApp study group where you can ask doubts anytime. So ask for hints or leave and come back, but do not look at solution. Okay. I'll just type in my number. Shubham Nareja, 977. You can save my number. You can message me anytime. You can discuss GMAT, non-GMAT, anything, because GMAT is a lot about psychology. It's not just about theory, because theory to everyone knows, but not everyone gets a good score. It's a lot about mindset. It's a lot about psychology. You can discuss anything you want. You can ask me for hints. And you can like give me a call if you want to understand anything about GMAT or your prep. If you're confused, if you want to talk to me, just message me. I'll give you a time. I'll sit with you and I'll explain you everything. Okay. So this ends today's session. I hope you all enjoyed the class. The most important thing is to learn to enjoy. I was a bit unwell. From next class onward, my energy will be higher. So you have no option but to enjoy. And that's it for today. Anyone has any last remarks that you want to say or talk about before I end the class?
Sir, when we will get today's recording?
In the evening.
In the evening. Fine. And next class recording we'll also get in the evening.
Same email.
Fine.
In the same email, you'll get today's recording and next week's pre-recording.
All right. All right.
Anything else? Can you please include the way forward text in the? Yeah, I will. I will include the way forward text in the mail. You will have a like checklist of things to do in the mail. Anything else, class? No? Okay. Thank you so much for joining. I'm ending the class now. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.